They call it Championship Weekend. The venue is College Park, Maryland. Championships for lacrosse in Division 1, 2, and 3. We were there to bring you all the action. Let's start with the semifinals on Saturday. This matchup has Syracuse going against Johns Hopkins.
Put on your seatbelts. We've got semifinal action. John Desko, Ryan Powell, and Syracuse against A.J. Hogan and Dan Denahan of Hopkins. NCAA semifinal action. Dan Denahan strikes first for Hopkins as Billy St. George slips 1-0, and then off the ensuing faceoff, it only took him 9 seconds. P.J. DeConza to the freshman, Adam Doniger, 2-0, Johns Hopkins. And then Stuart Smith and Syracuse, they get the transition game going. Smith to Liam Banks, near side to Ryan Powell, step, fire, goal past Carcaterra, 2-1. And then Josh Kaufman inside the dip and dunk to Powell. We're tied at 2 with 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. 9 seconds later, Chris Searcy, 71% face-off specialist on the year. He's got great wing players, Bassett and Siglia, but this time he does it himself, his 3rd goal of the season. And then the hit of the weekend right there, Doniger just absolutely decleating Sam Bassett. Oh my gosh, one of the best hits I've ever seen. Fraterola, look at the location of that bounce shot. Unbelievable shot right there. And then Glatzel blocks Connor Denahan's shot. Transition game in full gear. Burns to Banks. Syracuse scores easily. Searcy, 7 seconds later, believe it, his 2nd goal of the game. Coyote in the 2nd quarter, ping in the corner, 6-4 Syracuse. But then A.J. Hogan would bring his game to yet another level, 6-5 and then 6-6. The pace of this game was incredible as Josh Kaufman makes it 8-7 at halftime in favor of Syracuse. Banks on the fast break would finish this 10-8 in the 3rd quarter in favor of Syracuse. But Hopkins wouldn't go away. Doniger, 10-9. Springer, 11-9 on an assist from Powell off a terrific ground ball play. And then Ryan Powell makes it 12-10, Syracuse on the dip and dunk. So Syracuse up by 2, 4th quarter action. Hopkins, they start to come back. Tim Muir scores his 1st goal of the season right there, 12-12 with about 4 minutes to go. Syracuse in transition. Springer to Powell, near side, Banks, money in the bank. No! Carcaterra with the best save of the season. Hopkins on the extra man. Look at Desko, far side, thinking about a timeout. But Powell kicks it inside. Mike Springer's shorthanded goal with 2:23 to go. Syracuse wins 14-12. Banks had 3 goals, 3 assists. Ryan Powell, 3 goals, 2 assists. A.J. Hogan, the hero for Hopkins, with 5 goals. But the extra man for Hopkins, only 2 of 12 on the afternoon.
Hi, I'm Paul Gates. Today's tip is going to be on stick protection. Once we develop a good hard cradle that's going to keep the ball in our pocket, it's important to use our whole body to protect the stick. Once I get that stick in a vertical position here, I want to make sure I rotate the upper body so that my defender can't see my stick. If he can't see my stick, then he's not going to be able to check it. I'm going to be able to hold on to the ball and get to the net and make those passes. Hopefully this tip can help improve your game.
The Princeton Tigers, 5-time champions of the lacrosse world, taking it on Virginia. Virginia in the white, slippery conditions. Hanley Holcomb falls down but gets it to Chris Rotelli, to David Bruce. 1-0, defending champion Virginia Cavaliers. Here's Princeton, 3rd seed, Josh Sims with a defender all over him. What a goal, 1-1. 1 minute later, Matt Strebel behind the net. Now watch goalie Derek Kenny of Virginia comes way out. Why did he do that? I don't know, but it cost him a goal. Sean Hartoflitz puts it in the open net. Connor Gill to J. Jalbert, rocket ship riser, wow, 2-2. Then it's Connor Gill again. Look at this, through traffic, how did he get that one in there? 3-2 UVA. Then it's Hartopoulos off the shin of Jason Hard. Brad Dumont knocks it in like a hockey slap shot, 3-3 after 1. Nice play, J. Jalbert to Drew McKnight to Gill to Ian Shore, tic-tac-toe. 4-3 Virginia. They built a 6-3 lead. It was 7-5 at the half. 3rd quarter, Gill to Shore, 8-5. Then Jalbert to the veteran McKnight with the high riser. Wow, 9-6. Taking a look at this one. Trevor Tierney all over it, but it's just too hard. 9-7 after 3. Poor Derek Kenny. He would have problems in the 4th quarter. Watch this. Stops the shot, and then tries the outlet. Whoops. Oh my gosh. Picked off by Josh Sims, and a goal. What a critical mistake by Kenny, and he knows it. We're in the 4th quarter. Looks like it won't matter, though. Gill from A.J. Shannon. Nice play by Gill, charging the net. He had a career-high 5 assists, by the way. And then later on, Kenny out trying to help clear, slips, falls, makes a bad pass. Loose ball, picked up by Sean Hartopoulos. Kenny desperately trying to get back in the crease, but he can't make it. And a goal for Princeton. It's 11-10. A minute later, On the doorstep, it's Harrington to tie the game at 11. 2 minutes to go. Brendan Tierney, the other coach's son, scores. Princeton has a 12-11 lead. Closing seconds, Jay Gelbert's shot is no good. Princeton shocks the defending champs, and what a great moment for father and son. Yeah, come here, boy. You did good. Princeton beats Virginia 12-11 to advance to the championship game. Hartopoulos had 5 goals for the Tigers. What a game.
All right, so Princeton gets the right to take on Syracuse. You know, Syracuse has Ryan Powell, maybe the greatest player to play this year, player of the year possibly. And, of course, Street and Smith's College Lacrosse USA is the definitive source for all the games. You can get all the wrap-ups from this weekend on Street and Smith's College Lacrosse USA. Our top story from collegelacrosseusa.com is all about Ryan Powell and why he went to Syracuse. Of course, it was to get a championship ring.
You know, that was my goal, was to win a national championship, and that's been on my mind and pushed me every day that I went out to practice. But my fingers are still bare of that ring, and, you know, that's what I'm shooting for, and that's why we're back in College Park again this year.
Ryan Powell, certainly a story this year. He'll have a chance for that championship ring. We'll show you the highlights later on in this show. Right now, camps for your kids. Your players are getting better every year, your young kids. USLaxCamps.com will show you where the camps are from coast to coast. And check out our Indian Creek Lacrosse Camp, June 18th for boys. It's an evening camp in the Severna Park, Annapolis area in Maryland. Ryan Powell will be there. Casey Powell will be there. Ryan Wade will be there. The long list of great stars. I'm bringing them all in for your kids to get re-excited about the game of lacrosse. We'll be back with more highlights in just a moment.
Hey, all you Maryland lacrosse players. See you at Indian Creek Lacrosse Camp, June 18th.
We set out to build a new full-size truck unlike anything else on the road today. Its 32-valve I-Force V8 engine will redefine performance, and its one-piece frame rail chassis will give new meaning to strength. And yet there is one crucial area where we fall short of most other competitors in our class, and that's price. Introducing the new full-size Toyota Tundra. Have we gone too far, or have others not gone far enough?
How do you catch the fastest game on 2 feet? Log on to Street and Smith's collegelacrosseusa.com. Scores, highlights, teams, stats, polls. We focus on what matters most in the lacrosse world. collegelacrosseusa.com, the definitive source for lacrosse news. Powered by Street and Smith Sports.
To learn that you will have a life, and that the people around you still love you and need you. That's the first big breakthrough. But having made that breakthrough and decided it's worth staying around, you still have the problem of how are we going to make ends meet?
Even if you have health insurance, you need health extras.
The big event this last Sunday was the championships for Division 2 and 3. We're going to start off our highlight packages with Division 3. It was a rematch of last year's game.
Salisbury State ready to defend their Division 3 national championship, and it is a rematch. Middlebury in blue, and they would strike first. David Seeley, the right-handed blast past John Dodson, 1-0 Middlebury. But Tim Parks for Salisbury comes right back. Beautiful inside roll. Watch the finish in tight. This was a high-scoring first half. These teams would combine for over 20 goals. Josh Berge, right-handed. There's nobody bigger and stronger than Berge. 3-2 at this stage in favor of Salisbury, but Seeley still has the hot hand for Middlebury. Speedy Ryan Fisher with the left-handed bounce shot. The Seagulls are still in front, but then Middlebury, they go on an 8-1 run. Steve O'Neill inside to Jamie Hare. That's their first lead. Does a little Tiger Woods impersonation. 8-7. They stretch the lead to 10-7, but Chris Turner with his acrobatic goal, 10-8 with 1:32 to go before halftime. Hare to Holt Hopkins off the post, 11-8 at halftime, his 55th goal of the season. Check out the red hair, the stat man for Salisbury with that gorgeous red hair. Second half action. This is Dave Campbell, the goalie, the senior from New Canaan. Came up big right there. And then Jamie Hare, unassisted, 13-10 Middlebury. Anytime Salisbury answered, it was the Middlebury midfielders who got things going. Greg Carroll from Middlebury, strong to the goal, takes the hit, 14-11. They dealt with the Salisbury pressure so well with crisp ball movement. Look at Zach Herbert finishing off that assist from David Seeley. Middlebury, with their coach Aaron Quinn, they win their first Division III national title. Congratulations, 16-12. Big goal scorers. David Seeley, 5 goals. Holt Hopkins, 2 goals, 2 assists. Joe High was held scoreless by the Middlebury defense.
Hi, my name's Tom Ryan with De Beer Lacrosse. Today's tip of the day is ground balls. If you ever are going for a ground ball and you have someone from the other team trying to battle against you, one thing you want to do prior to picking up the ground ball is box the person out. So you want to get down nice and low, get your body between your opponent and the ball, get your backhand low, scoop through, pull it up to in front of your body, and then run out of danger. That's the tip of the day. Tom Ryan from De Beer Lacrosse. I'll see you soon. Thanks.
You know, the All-American teams were announced this week. We'll take you through first team Division I now, and then next week we'll show you everybody that got their great awards reflecting their hard work and dedication. Right here, first team All-Americans for Division I in men.
Let's start the attack, led by Ryan Powell.
The senior from Syracuse, 282 career points, 42 goals this season on 49 assists. Connor Gill, the sophomore from Virginia, the slick passer. He's a natural, intelligent, savvy lacrosse player. And Dan Denahan, the senior from Johns Hopkins, over 200 career points.
Josh Sims leads the midfield.
3-time first-team selection, graceful, efficient, 34 goals in his senior season. J.J. Albert, the senior from Virginia, last year's midfielder of the year, the heart and soul of the Virginia offense. A.J. Hogan, a 3-time first-team selection, quick release, the penetrator, tough player, 27 goals in his senior season. And Mike Batista, the senior from Loyola, the senior class won over 40 games. Batista talented with the ball and without it with the outside shot.
Now to the defense, Ryan Curtis first.
The foundation of the Virginia defense for the past 3 years, a fierce competitor, uncanny ability to knock down balls. Marshall Abrams, the defenseman, the senior from Syracuse, a slick finesse-type defender, throws checks. And Stephen Card, the tremendous, strong, tenacious one-on-one defender from Duke University. The long-stick midfielder, Brian Spalina of Hofstra, a flashy checker with an aggressive attacking style.
And in the goal, the drama of Jarbo.
Mickey Jarbo, cat-like quickness, the acrobatic save, and ice in his veins. The senior, a 2-time selection.
Time for our Warrior Lacrosse flashback. We're showing you great championship moments this weekend. Let's go back to 1997 and take a look at the championship game from Division I.
Our Warrior flashback this week takes us back to 1997, the NCAA championship game. It's the Maryland Terrapins against the top-seeded and defending champion Princeton Tigers at Byrd Stadium. Early on first quarter, John Hess makes it 1-0 Tigers. Then it's Jason Ozier to Lorne Smith. Remember all these guys? 2-0 Princeton at this point. Then it's Craig Katz moving in from the left side, getting by his defender, shooting and beating Sean Keenan for their goal, 3-0 Princeton. They also played great D. Here on Todd Evans, knock him down, strip the ball away, and here comes Ben Strutt. Strutt his stuff down the left side, gets by one defender. He will find Chris Massey on the doorstep. Goal! Princeton led 4-0. Then it's Jason Buttles, charging right down the middle. He scores. The Maryland defense was defenseless against this onslaught. Ozier to Eichelberger. Remember Todd Eichelberger, 7-0. Then Jesse Hubbard with a cannon. 8-0 Princeton, 10-3 at the half. Pat Carnes, unbelievable. Look at him stop Matt Hahn after he gets faked out. Comes back and makes the save. Princeton goes on to win it 19-7 for their second straight championship. They would win it again the next year as well. That's our Warrior flashback.
Now it's time for our Lax World calendar. Lax World, the lacrosse superstore. You want to call 1-800-PLAY-LAX for a free catalog of great equipment. And look at this. The calendar shows you that Tuesday, June 6th, the Golf Classic. This is the 9th year, sponsored by Lax World, at Green Spring Valley Hunt Club. You get a chance to play with Tierney and all the great coaches in Division I. Call for more information U.S. Lacrosse at 410-235-6882. Now, as we go to break, we'll remind you that we've got great highlights coming up of more of Division I, including the finals. Right now, though, uslaxcamps.com will give you all the information for your kids' camps this summer. And don't forget Indian Creek in Maryland. Ryan Powell and Casey Powell and Ryan Wade. The list goes on. Your kids will be so excited to spend some time with them and learn from the best. We'll be back in a moment.
Hey, this is Tom Ryan with Team Toyota Lacrosse. I'll see you at Indian Creek Camp this summer.
We'll admit we could have made the new full-size Toyota Tundra more like its competitors. We could have given it a less powerful V8 engine like the 5.2-liter Dodge Ram. We could have given the Tundra multi-piece frame rails like the Ford F-150. We could have given it less stopping power like the 5.3-liter Chevy Silverado. But we decided to quit while we were ahead. The new Toyota Tundra with the I-Force V8. Have we gone too far, or have others not gone far enough?
Good evening, folks.
Hold the door, hold the door. Hey, hold that elevator. Hold it. One more. Whoa.
Hey, open the door. Somebody get that, please. People, somebody press the button. Frank, come on, I can see you in there. Please open the door. Hey. Come on, we're reasonable people here. Hey, look. Oh, that's my Bud Light.
Hit it, Frank.
With a great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down.
I can't shake them.
Is this going on?
Make it a Bud Light.
It's said that to be copied is the sincerest form of flattery. Since I'm personally guaranteed to have the lowest prices in town on any new Ford vehicle, several of my competitors are offering from $500 to $2,000 if they can't beat any advertised price. I'll make this very easy. Bring us any advertised price on any new Ford car or truck that we sell, and if we can't beat it, I'll give you the vehicle free. How strong is that? I'm Bob Bell, and I guarantee it.
Bob Bell Ford Hyundai, exit 3B, Ritchie Highway, Route 2, Glen Burnie.
Wednesday night at 6:30, the Orioles battle the Devil Rays on HTS. We've got guys who can jack it, but Tampa Bay has loaded up big time.
The middle of their lineup's it's probably going to be 3-4 guys with 30-plus home runs.
Look out when the O's and Rays get together, because it's got all the makings of a slugfest.
They're going to be dangerous because they're going to have a chance to pop the ball out of the ballpark. If they pitch well, then they can really be dangerous.
A guaranteed hit. The O's, the Devil Rays, Game 3, Wednesday night at 6:30 on the home of the Orioles, HTS.
We return to Sunday of championship weekend. We already saw Division III highlights. Now Division II had their championship. They went to a north-south format this year. Let's take a look at this one-goal game.
From Gaffney, South Carolina, it's the Limestone Saints against CW Post, the Pioneers. Limestone 13-2, CW Post 8-3. Devin Spilker, the freshman from Limestone. Yeah, baby. Limestone up early in this game. They took a 3-0 lead. Degenfelder with a nice save, but the rebound, one-touch volley by Matt Collins. And then watch little Betty Catone on the far side, the handle behind the back, beautiful shot. 3-1 at this stage. Chamberlain would then find Catone inside. Watch the quick shot by Catone. Quick passing, 3-2 in favor of Limestone. The game is tied now. Larry Collins bounces it past Matt Malloy. And then Nick Carlson will be on the end of this Josh Reuter long pass. Goalie's caught out. 4-3 with 8 minutes to go in the second quarter. Ferocious play all day. Limestone and Post going at it. Catone on the far side. He's got rope. Mini-me, you complete me. And then John Riley, an absolute cannon for Limestone. Upper corner, 5-4. The Limestone Saints are leading. And then Carlson getting tied up in the net. Tell you, Post plays a physical brand of defense. Watch the save. Beautiful job by Rob Perringuen with time expiring in the third quarter. This is fourth quarter action. Big goal right there by Brendan Spilker, 7-5 lead Limestone. 8-5, Nick Carlson has Limestone in front by 3. Ernie Thompson battles back for Post, 8-7 with 7 minutes to go. But Nick Carlson was too much. Limestone star player would finish the game with 3 goals. Here he is, beautiful inside roll. The British Columbia native puts him up. And then Riley, great drop pass right here behind the back to Matt Collins. And Limestone, they win their first Division II national title. They win 10-9. Nick Carlson, 3 goals, 1 assist. Collins, 2 goals. Catone, the star for Post, 5 goals. And Chamberlain had 3 assists.
Let's take a look now at our Great Atlantic rankings. We're going to show you the leading scorers in the tournament for Division 1 and 3 in men. Look at the dominance for the Syracuse offense. In tournament scoring for Division 1, Powell, Banks, and Springer, the starting attack, go 1, 2, 3. Dan Dennehan, Hopkins at 4, and Josh Sims, the great All-American midfielder from Princeton, at 5. Moving on to Division 3, Middlebury wins it over Salisbury. Look at their dominance. Holt Hopkins at number 1, tied with Colin Doherty from W&L. Matt Dugan from W&L at 3, and then David Seeley, Middlebury, Zach Herbert, Middlebury, round out the top 5. Now it's time to get to the Division 1 highlights. Let's start with the first half highlights from College Park.
Division 1 championship game. That's Ryan Powell and the Syracuse Orangemen in the white getting ready to take on Princeton wearing their black, the jerseys they wore in their first championship back in '92. 7 minutes in, Ryan Powell scores on a pass from Josh Kaufman, 1-0 Syracuse. Then it's Liam Banks. Watch this. Creates separation from Damian Davis right there by backing up, then through the 5-hole of Trevor Tierney, 2-0 Orange. Then Liam Banks again from the left side. Dodging in, 5-hole again. How did he get that one by Tierney? I don't know. 3-0. More Syracuse. They're shorthanded on the break. Billy St. George to Mike Springer to Josh Kaufman. Dip and dunk and the goal. 4-0. Take another look at the finish. Woo, woo. Oh, yeah. What a great finish. 4-0 Syracuse after 1 second quarter. Ryan Powell, look at this move. Bulls his way in. Shot stopped by Tierney. Rebound. Behind the back. Gets crunched. Take another look at the finish. Woo. Oh, and then he takes the big hit. 5-0 Orange. It becoming a runaway. Princeton cannot get that far behind. Mike Springer makes it 6-0. Finally, the Tigers on the board. Sean Hartopoulos bowling his way in, scores 6-1. But watch this. Dan Stessen, shot blocked. Ryan Powell outraces Tierney for the ball. Finds Banks, whoosh, into the open net. Syracuse had a 7-1 lead, and they led this game 7-3 at the half. Banks had 3 goals at halftime. We'll check out the second half later.
Time now for our Sports Her Way rankings of the best in women's lacrosse. We'll take a look at the All-Americans for Division 1 and 3. Take a look at them. We'll have the second half of the Division 1 final in just a moment. We want to remind you about lacrosse camps for your star young players. USLaxCamps.com will show you all the camps from coast to coast that you want to be really screening to see which one's best for you. And don't forget Indian Creek Lacrosse Camp. Ryan Powell, Casey Powell, Tom Ryan. We're going to have a ton of guys, including Ryan Wade, who helped put US Lax camps together. We'll be back in just a moment.
Hey, all you Maryland lacrosse players. See you at Indian Creek Lacrosse Camp, June 18th.
Lax World, the lacrosse superstore. If you want to be the best player that you can be on the field, then you want the greatest equipment selection that you can find. Go to the lacrosse superstore. Lax World. Call 1-800-PLAY-LAX.
To learn that you will have a life and that the people around you still love you and need you. That's the first big breakthrough. But having made that breakthrough and decided it's worth staying around, you still have the problem of how are we going to make ends meet?
Even if you have health insurance, you need health extras.
How do you catch the fastest game on 2 feet? Log on to Street and Smith's CollegeLacrosseUSA.com. Scores, highlights, teams, stats, polls. We focus on what matters most in the lacrosse world. CollegeLacrosseUSA.com, the definitive source for lacrosse news. Powered by Street and Smith Sports.
Great Atlantic Lacrosse Company. It's more than just a game.
Toyota Lacrosse Weekly is brought to you by Toyota. A new era of great new values at your Toyota dealer, making it happen every day. Street and Smith's College Lacrosse USA, the definitive source. De Beer Lacrosse. Innovation breeds champions. By Lax World, the lacrosse superstore. The Great Atlantic Lacrosse Company. Call today for a free catalog. By Warrior, the means to dominate. Bud Light, remember to make it a Bud Light. And by HealthExtras.com, because you love your family.
Time now for our HealthExtras.com injury report. We're going to talk about the same guy that's really been causing problems for Princeton because he was their leading scorer. But HealthExtras.com up to $1 million in coverage for only $9.95 a month because you love your family. And we'll talk about B.J. Prager again. Hurt about 4 games ago, and he was the leading scorer, a sophomore. Set a record last year as a freshman for scoring in the Ivy Leagues and as a young Division I prospect coming in there, really lighting up the offensive end. Princeton played without him, did a great job this weekend. And of course, we'll get back to that second half of action where they were challenging the great offense of Syracuse.
We're set for second half action. John Desko in the orange can sense victory. Just over a minute into the quarter, it's Springer to Banks somehow alone on the doorstep. He scores. Take another look at the replay and watch the crowd in the background. The shot, and oh, in unison, yes. And Banks, yeah, baby. His 4th goal of the game, 8-3. Then Tim Burns to Tom Hardy to Banks on the doorstep, dip and dunk, far side. Wow, pretty goal. His 5th, 9-3. Now watch this. You've heard Quint talk about the stealth bomber. Here he is in action. Mike Springer, kaboom! From short range, the bomber strikes 10-3. Now watch Banks has got his defender faked behind the net. He's stuck with the net in between him. He comes around and scores his 6th goal of the game. No real bright spots for Princeton, but there's Josh Sims. He is a classy act. 2 goals for the Tigers. No real drama to this one, though, except for whether Ryan Powell would tie his brother Casey's record. And right there with 18 seconds left, he did it. There's the replay. 287 career points, 5 points in this game. Ties brother Casey's record. Syracuse wins it. Final score was 13-7, and a very, very special moment for the brothers Powell, Casey, and Ryan. They've got another one starting in Syracuse this year. Syracuse, the Division I champions. Powell, 3-2. Banks had 6 goals, and Chris Searcy won 15 of 22 faceoffs. Wow.
Next week, we start our coverage of club championships. The USCLA has their championships coming up. Super 6 weekend is at Cabrini College in Pennsylvania. They follow up at UMBC on the weekend that includes June 11th, 10th and 11th. That is at UMBC, a tremendous weekend of great lacrosse. We're going to bring you highlights of both of those weekends in the coming weeks. See you again right here on Toyota Lacrosse Weekly next week.
Bob Bell Chevrolet has the lowest prices in town for this holiday weekend. To prove it, just bring me any advertised price on a new Chevrolet, and I'll beat it, or I'll give you the car or truck free. Now, that's a holiday sale.
Bob Bell Chevrolet, East Point and Business Route 1, Bel Air.
Bob Bell Nissan has the lowest prices in town for this holiday weekend. To prove it, just bring me any advertised price on a new Nissan, and I'll beat it, or I'll give you the car or truck free. Now, that's a holiday sale.
Bob Bell Nissan, Eastern Avenue across from East Point Mall.
We built the yards, contractors, and unions together.
Count.
More than 80 union mechanical contractors and more than 2,000 skilled craftsmen in the plumbing and steam fitting trades.
Count.
Setting the industry standard for training, productivity, and work ethic.
Count.
On your next project, figure on the best.
Count.
Union mechanical contractors and craftsmen, the ones who built the yards. For account contractor and training information, call 321-5715.
Gray skies are gonna clear up. Put on a happy face. Brush off the clouds and cheer up. Put on a happy face. We're rolling back prices all over the place. So put on a happy face.
At Walmart, we're always rolling back prices because we know how much you like to save. Walmart, always low prices, always.
Get the shave of your life. Mach 3. It's so effortless. You take one stroke, it takes 3. The closest shave in fewer strokes with less irritation. Mach 3 from Gillette.
Equipment check! Heat off! Check! Ascenders! Check! Beaners! Check! Spark track!
The all-new Ford Explorer Sport Track.
Check!
As essential as gear gets.
How long will the agony continue for the Birds? Can the Astros overcome their atrocious start? And will the Tigers ever find any kind of happiness at home? We explore those questions and more right here, right now on Fox Sports Net Baseball Today. Welcome, everybody. Let's try this again. We had a little problem with the microphones, but nice job by Steve carrying the load for us.
We have the right guy doing it now.
Yeah, something like that. This is a day where we check out the cold, hard reality for some Major League dogs, of course. The usual suspects along for the ride, Mr. Sax Appeal, Steve Sax, Dr. Smooth, Ron Darling. I'm just John Kelly, and this is Baseball Today. Yes, it's 30 minutes that do belong to you. So to get involved, just jump online at Bringing the Heat at foxsports.com. Send us whatever you have on your mind, and we'll have all the answers coming up just a little later on in the show. Well, forget the best team money can buy. Right now in the AL East, the Orioles own the title as the polar opposite. Big names to go with one of the biggest payrolls in all of baseball. But after losing 16 of their last 24, the Orioles still one of the game's biggest disappointments. B.J. Surhoff, part of that downer mode. Despite yesterday's big-time home run, he's only batting around 240 so far after hitting over 300 last year. So the Orioles find themselves buried in fourth place in the East, 7 games back of the Red Sox. And a big reason for their problems, Baltimore's won just 8 of their first 25 road games. We all know Baltimore has a long list of dirty laundry out there. And, Ron, as you point out, one of the ugliest messes is happening out in that bullpen.
Well, they're really struggling. Even with 3 shutout innings yesterday, their bullpen ERA is almost 7. They have 9 pitchers on the staff with an ERA of 5 or over. Mike Timlin, who started the year as their closer, has really struggled. The league's batting .339 against him. He's blown 2 saves. His ERA is 5.93. Another man they used as the closer.
Men and women will also show you some exciting youth tournaments. So tonight, we shift our focus to the USCLA. The opening round, Philadelphia came down to play a great team from Maryland. Let's pick up the action.
It's the MAB Philadelphia Lacrosse Club right there. Blue shirts, yellow shorts taking on Green Turtle Heroes in the Kelly Green Southern Division playoff. Watch this play. Jeff Wills from Hopkins. Shovel pass to Stuart Crotty. Look at that. He's going the other way. He's from Towson. Now he pulls his way in. Defenseman falls down. He scores. Pretty goal right there from Stuart Crotty. Nice save coming up here. David Miller of UMBC. Look at that. Nice stop in the slot. Freight train alert. Brian Burles. Whammo! He just levels some guy. An unbelievable collision, and the guy gets right up. Oh, don't take your eyes off the train while you're sitting on the tracks. Who says they don't hit hard in club lacrosse? Woo, what a hit. Here's Dave Livingston of the Turtle shooting and scoring. However, was not enough offense for the Turtle on this night because MAB gets a goal here. Hard to see, but he scored. And MAB advances out of the Southern Division into the Super 6 with that victory over Green Turtle.
Hi, I'm Gary Gage from the Toyota Lacrosse Clinics. At those clinics, we teach the basics. This is the behind-the-back pass or shot. If you want to learn the behind-the-back pass and shot, you want to drop your hands down and then pull them back, lean over that front foot, tilt a little forward, and then using this hand, you want to pull that right up to your ear, and that should direct, in the line of your stick, direct the ball right to where you want it to go. That's the basic behind the bat.
It's the Mount Washington Tavern in the white taking on Capital Lacrosse Club in the blue. This is Southern Division playoff action. Capital already had 7-1 at this point. Chris Remington, Zingo! Look at that riser, kind of an off-speed rising Zingo thing, beating Andy Hampson. Look at it again. Pretty goal right there from Chris Remington. That made it 8-1. But Mark Millen starts a comeback for Mount Washington Tavern. Pretty move and a bouncing goal, 8-2. Then Spencer Ford shoots, nice save, Steve Kudelka. But Mark Millen again, look at that, cutting into the middle of the slot. Pretty goal. Millen has still got the moves, 8-3. Spencer Ford again, high riser. Wow, did you see that? Top shelf, take another look, right over the goalie's head, 8-4. Now Kudelka made a couple of nice saves. Look at this one, off the knee or just above the knee for a save, but it wasn't enough to stop Mount Washington from coming back. It's Millen again. That made it 9-8 on the diving, lunging shot. Then Spencer Ford. He goes by the near post and by the leg. How did he get that one in there? 9-9. Mount Washington would eventually take the lead, but Capital would come back and win this game in the second half. Capital advances to the Super 6.
Well, folks, still a lot of things going on in the college game for men's lacrosse. Street and Smith's College Lacrosse USA has all the stories. They are the definitive source for the great lacrosse and lacrosse news. Make sure you check them on the web. Well, what are they talking about? How about John Hall's leaving Hopkins to go to Carolina? Is Petra Mala going back to Hopkins? We'll find out by taking a look at Street and Smith's collegelacrosseusa.com. Now, today on our show, the collegelacrosseusa.com story of the week is about the college coach. Let's talk to J.B. Clark of Washington College about recruiting.
As far as recruiting goes, I'd say the difference between Division I and Division III mainly is at Division III we have to recruit many more people, kind of mass recruiting. Fortunately here at Washington College we don't have to recruit 500 people. We're able to recruit 100, 150 guys and kind of narrow it down and hope we get 10 to 15 good players in here by the time the fall rolls around.
Builderback Day 2000, June 3rd. You got the food, yeah, you got the lax, you got the great weather, and you got a great combination of fun.
Hi, I'm Drew Larkin. I'm one of the founding directors of the Builderback Foundation, along with Milford Marchant and Jay Whitelock. Builderback Foundation was named after the legendary coach Willis Builderback, the United States Naval Captain. We honor him by having youth games from roughly 8 o'clock until 3 o'clock, and then we move to the stadium with high school All-Stars along with midgets and junior All-Stars. This year's award, the Builderback Award, was given to Jim Moorhead, the coach at St. Mary's High School for the last 21 seasons. Jim is retiring this year and moving on, so we thought it was appropriate that he be honored.
Builderback Day 2000, another fabulous day of lacrosse fun. We'll see you next year.
We'll be ready for Lacrosse Weekly.
We set out to build a new full-size truck unlike anything else on the road today. Its 32-valve I-Force V8 engine will redefine performance, and its one-piece frame rail chassis will give new meaning to strength. And yet there is one crucial area where we fall short of most other competitors in our class, and that's price. Introducing the new full-size Toyota Tundra. Have we gone too far, or have others not gone far enough?
How do you catch the fastest game on 2 feet? Log on to Street and Smith's collegelacrosseusa.com. Scores, highlights, teams, stats, polls. We focus on what matters most in the lacrosse world. collegelacrosseusa.com, the definitive source for lacrosse news. Powered by Street and Smith Sports.
To learn that you will have a life, and that the people around you still love you and need you. That's the first big breakthrough. But having made that breakthrough and decided it's worth staying around, you still have the problem of how are we going to make ends meet?
Even if you have health insurance, you need health extras.
È rotulissimo
a lady.
Hi, folks. Leif Elsmo back with Toyota Lacrosse Weekly. We've got more youth festivals to show you. We also have more of the USCLA Championship Series. We'll go back to that right now. Again, a north-south matchup.
Long Island in blue and Capital in blue. Well, this is Club Lacrosse, folks, and that's Kevin Lowe of Long Island. Let's say they're in blue and white and Capital's in blue and orange. And Kevin Lowe would have the hot hand all day. Watch the tic-tac-toe passing. Naglieri with a beautiful look. Long Island up 2-0. They really came out fired up. McCabe behind the back. Low to Kenny. Long Island with the transition game so effective early that made it 3-0. Timeout, Capital. Hey, fellas, let's get our act together. We're still in this ball game. Let's not fall behind too early. But the ageless Vinny Sombrado has different ideas. Going to the goal strong. Triple teamed. Loose ball, Kevin Lowe. There he is again. 5-0 Long Island. Second quarter action. Greg McCavra, first year out of Georgetown. Beautiful left-handed shot to the lower corner. And then Jesse Hubbard, the all-time leading goal scorer at Princeton, shows you how it's done here. Behind the back, severe angle. Oh my gosh, one of the finest shots you will ever see in the sport of lacrosse. But Kevin Lowe had the answers to Hubbard and McCavra as he makes it 8-3 in favor of Long Island. We'll be back with second half highlights later in the show.
Lac Splash 2000 was last weekend. Here's Casey Powell to tell you all about it.
Hi, I'm Casey Powell. We're down here at the Warrior Lac Splash here in Baltimore. Having a good time. The kids are out here. We have music playing. There's a lot of kids, a lot of fields here, both girls and boys. Warrior Lacrosse is here with Jesse Hubbard, Mark Millen, and myself. Major League Lacrosse is setting up, promoting this summer's Major League Lacrosse event, which we're all excited about. But the kids are having a great time. There's a fan zone, a Major League Lacrosse fan zone that we're having a good time about, and the kids are psyched. And the lacrosse down here in Baltimore is wonderful, and everybody's having a good time.
Hi, I'm Paul Gate with the Beer Lacrosse. I've got a tip that'll hopefully help you in your game. When cradling, it's very important to have a quick release when you're shooting the ball. The quicker I can release the ball from a cradle position to a pass or shot, the more effective I'm going to be at scoring on a goalie. So as I cradle in here, I want to get up and make the pass or shot as quick as I can. This is Paul Gate from the Beer Lacrosse. Hopefully this tip will help you.
Second half action. Kevin Lowe still putting intense pressure on the Capital goal. This time he feeds backside to Kenny. Long Island with a 6-goal lead at that point. And watch the shot by Hubbard. Beautiful save. And look at the physical play. Danny Martin just hog-tying the Long Island goalie. McCavra getting a slash in. A foul was called. We'll go to the extra man. Watch Long Island. Circular passing. Keep your eye on the backside. Darren Lowe. One touch from Brown. Big goal right there. 10-4 for Long Island. And the route is on. Is there a better player in the sport of lacrosse, a better passer than Darren Lowe? I don't know. This time he feeds backside. Dip and dunk. Long Island ahead by 6. The fans just loving this game. Big crowd on hand. And then the Lowe brothers would continue to dominate. Kevin Lowe to Gordon Purdy. Watch the bounce. Look at that work for Gordon. He put a little spin on it, beating the Capital goalie. And then Blake Miller makes it 14-6, unassisted. Long Island chewed up big chunks of time in the fourth quarter. He evades the double team. He finishes, and a little icing on the cake. Patty McCabe in transition down low. Long Island wins. They dominate 16-6. Big games by the Lowe brothers. The dynasty continues for Long Island.
Time now for our Warrior flashback. Warrior, the means to dominate. All the great players are using Warrior equipment. We've got Mark Millen, Casey Powell, Jesse Hubbard. Tremendous players using the Warrior name, the Warrior equipment, the means to dominate. Now, we'll flash back. Earlier this year, Virginia plays Syracuse. Of course, everybody wanted to see that game in the finals. It did not happen, but it did happen earlier this season at Virginia.
Our Warrior flashback takes us to the very first game of the year, March 4th, 2000. Syracuse at Virginia, the match we thought we would see in the last game of the year, but it didn't happen. Mike Springer gets it started, the stealth bomber with a big bouncer. He got it started all year for Syracuse, but Virginia would fight back. They would eventually go ahead. It's freshman Chris Ritelli puts Virginia up 11-10. But it's tied at 12 after regulation as Ryan Powell, who would lead the Orange to the national championship, scores the game winner in spectacular fashion with a fabulous move and a diving shot. Syracuse beats Virginia 13-12. That's our Warrior flashback this week.
Time now for our Lax World calendar. Lax World, the lacrosse superstore. You can get a free catalog from them by calling 1-800-PLAY-LAX. This weekend, June 10th and 11th, the USCLA Final Four. It's at UMBC in Baltimore, Maryland. It's for men and women. Tremendous competition all weekend long. Call US Lacrosse for more information. 410-235-6882. And we'll be back with more great highlights in just a moment.
We'll be right back with some more lacrosse action.
For a shrinking pool of truly qualified contractors and truly qualified craftsmen. Don't take risks on your capital investments. Buy smart. Turn to Count. Contractors and unions working together. Best value contractors for best value results. Remember, count on us.
It's said that to be copied is the sincerest form of flattery. Since I'm personally guaranteed to have the lowest prices in town on any new Ford vehicle, several of my competitors are offering from $500 to $2,000 if they can't beat any advertised price. I'll make this very easy. Bring us any advertised price on any new Ford car or truck that we sell, and if we can't beat it, I'll give you the vehicle free. How strong is that? I'm Bob Bell, and I guarantee it.
Bob Bell Ford Hyundai, exit 3B, Ritchie Highway, Route 2, Glen Burnie.
Welcome back to Toyota Lacrosse Weekly. We're going to jump to the women's game now as they march toward the championship in the club ranks. But first, we'll talk about the growth of women's lacrosse. You know, it's dramatic, the most dramatic thing in the game of lacrosse. In Northern Virginia alone, 5 girls' teams have been added to the high schools. Let's take a look at how the competition's going.
It's AAA Cardinal District in Prince William County, Virginia. Women's lacrosse, the Stonewall Jackson Raiders in the purple kilts, taking on the Osborne Park Yellow Jackets in the blue. Now, these schools just added lacrosse as a varsity sport this year. So this whole lax thing is a little foreign to them, but they're getting the hang of it quickly. Let's pick up the action. Bree Janet, nice spin move. Her shot will be stopped by Alexandra Ressler. Watch, loose ball, batted in right there by Carlina Figueroa. She knocks it in her own net. She can't believe it. She's like, oh, I don't believe I just did that. But Fiona Lougheed gets one back for Stonewall Jackson right there. Nice bouncer, 1-1. Anna Cutler dodging through 2 people and then goes 5-hole right between the wickets, 2-1, Stonewall Jackson. Nice save here on the free position. Becca Ozel, the save for Osborne Park. Then Christina Devine. Her move is divine. She scores 2-2. How about this? Taylor Jukabowski. Can't go this way, can't go that way. I'm going to go this way through 3 people, and she's going to score. Osborne Park goes on to win it 8-3. Women's lacrosse is alive and well in Prince William County, Virginia.
And as you might expect, the youth leagues for girls lacrosse also growing. AYLA in Maryland, a tremendous success story. And also, here's one we're going to show you that's only 2 years old, and they're doing great.
Bethesda Lacrosse Club 2000. We started this program a year ago, Bethesda Lacrosse Club, and as you know, Montgomery County didn't start varsity lacrosse in the high schools until 3 years ago, and there was no feeder system. The kids would get to high school, and there wasn't a funded JV, and they would just go right to varsity with virtually no experience unless they had played in a private school or come from a different county in Maryland, Howard County or Anne Arundel County. Montgomery County, except for the private schools, just no lacrosse. So we decided to halt soccer for a spring and play lacrosse. Last year we started with 48 girls. This year we had to cut it off at 96. We had to turn down about 100 applications. We could have had 300 girls this year. The sport is exploding, as I said, and these girls, 70% of them have never held a stick before. You should see them now after 3-4 weeks of instruction and a couple of days of the league. They're running for the ball, they're shooting, they're scoring, they're playing defense. They're extremely excited. For some reason, this sport just has an incredible appeal to girls of all ages. And I have parents and teachers in the school system saying, how do I sign up? Where do I sign up? And Montgomery County lacrosse is coming. We're coming. Howard County and Anne Arundel County, watch out. We're coming.
Women's playoffs in the club divisions coming right up. But first, let's take a look at the Great Atlantic rankings for this week. Now we're going to show you the junior college All-American teams. All right, now time for second round action. Women moving toward the championship.
It's the Capital Lacrosse Club women's team taking on the Team Toyota women's team from Hopkins. Let's pick up the action. Stephanie Radeball, watch her dodge her way in and then fire the nice bounce shot over the stick of the goaltender. Toyota built a big early lead, but Capital gets one back. Goalie Mandy Hudson for Toyota out of position. Lori Podmilsack scores. It's 5-1 Toyota at this point. Then it's Radeball again. Look at the moves. Spinorama, get away from the defender, shoot, 5-hole stop, rebound off the leg of the goaltender and in. Take another look. She goes 5-hole, nice save, and then the rebound off the instep of the shin of the goalie. And a goal for Radeball, 6-1. Now, nice defense here. We show a lot of goals on this show, but look at the defense by Sasha Newmarsh, former Maryland All-American. She gets the steal moments later from former teammate Kathy Nelson, and whoosh! Rocket ship. Not too many girls can fire the ball that hard. Sasha Newmarsh, yeah, look at her smile. Yeah, I knew I fired it harder than anybody ever thought I could. But she comes back later. Newmarsh to Nelson. The teammates hook up again. Goal for Toyota. They win it easily over Capital, 10-5.
Now it's time for our Sports Her Way rankings. Sports Her Way specializing in women's lacrosse equipment and apparel. Take a look at this. We are going to show you the women's Division I All-Americans. All right, time now for our Toyota Player of the Week.
This week's Toyota Player of the Week will be the Toyota Player of the Year. None other than Syracuse's Ryan Powell, number 22, right here getting the assist and tying his big brother Casey's all-time Syracuse scoring record of 287 career points. Ryan Powell, our Toyota Player of the Year.
Stay tuned. We'll be back with more lacrosse.
Lax World, the lacrosse superstore. If you want to be the best player that you can be on the field, then you want the greatest equipment selection that you can find. Go to the Lacrosse Superstore. Lax World. Call 1-800-PLAY-LAX.
To learn that you will have a life and that the people around you still love you and need you. That's the first big breakthrough. But having made that breakthrough and decided it's worth staying around, you still have the problem of how are we going to make ends meet?
Even if you have health insurance, you need health extras.
How do you catch the fastest game on 2 feet? Log on to Street and Smith's collegelacrosseusa.com. Scores, highlights, teams, stats, polls. We focus on what matters most in the lacrosse world. collegelacrosseusa.com, the definitive source for lacrosse news. Powered by Street and Smith Sports.
Great Atlantic Lacrosse Company. It's more than just a game.
Toyota Lacrosse Weekly is brought to you by Toyota. A new era of great new values at your Toyota dealer, making it happen every day. Street and Smith's College Lacrosse USA, the definitive source. De Beer Lacrosse. Innovation breeds champions. By Lax World, the lacrosse superstore. The Great Atlantic Lacrosse Company. Call today for a free catalog. By Warrior, the means to dominate. Bud Light. Remember to make it a Bud Light. And by HealthExtras.com, because you love your family.
All right, we're getting back to the club championship race, and we're going to get to a game now that really was the focus of last year's championship. In the semifinals last year, New York Athletic Club took on Toyota, and they beat them in a stunning upset. A very close game, heavy rain conditions, very dramatic, but they went on to the finals last year. This year, they meet in a quarterfinal round matchup. So it's NYAC taking on Team Toyota at Newman College outside of Philadelphia.
Team Toyota getting things ready. Their coach Haswell Franklin set to face Nyack. Paulie Gate in full gear. Tommy Ryan, Rastaman all set to play. And Rodney Tapp, the face-off superstar for Team Toyota. Let's go to the action. Nyack in white. They would take the early lead. John Gagliardi right here ties it up at 1. The long stick sticking the outside shot past Toyota. And then watch little David Curry makes it 2-1 on the Nyack extra man. Nyack's extra man all day caused a lot of problems. Nyack running and gunning, quick passing. Jamie Hanford then picks up the loose ball and sticks it 3-1 Nyack. The defending champs get off to a great start. And then Drew Melchione, the right-handed dodge, the bounce shot makes it 4-1 Nyack. Look at Gary Gate, though. He'll one-hand this to his brother Paul, inside to Tommy Ryan, and it's 4-2 Nyack at the end of the first quarter. Second quarter action. Mike Ferrucci from Harvard, the blast. 5-2 on the extra man. Toyota made it 5-3, and watch this shot by Casey Powell, right-handed to the lower corner, 5-4 in favor of Nyack. But Nyack continues to score on the extra man. This makes it 6-4. Chris Massey from his ex-teammate. And then Powell behind the back to Shawnee Radabaugh. We're tied at 6 here. As we go to break, we'll be back with second half action after this.
We'll get back to the final moments of that game in just a moment, but first it's time for our healthextras.com injury report. Up to $1 million of coverage for only $9.95 per month. If you love your family, check out healthextras.com. Well, today we'll talk about Paul Kentabene. Great player, came out of Loyola. Last year he ended up the club season with a major knee injury. That was the last game of last year's season. This year in a losing cause, and again, a march toward what would be a championship, Paul Kentabene gets hurt again, this time his shoulder. He is one tough player, All-American out of Loyola. Paul Kentabene hurt this past weekend. Now, let's rejoin the great action of New York Athletic Club challenging Team Toyota.
We picked the action up with a 7-7 tie. Casey Powell, ankle breaker against Gagliardi. Toyota in front by 1. But Ferrucci then would score to make it 8-8, beating Doherty from close range. Powell, one-handed shovel pass to Paulie Gate. I tell you, the action was intense in the second half. These teams just kept trading goals, but Doherty would prove to be the difference. Big save right there in the fourth quarter. John Hess from Nyack. The Princeton connection inside to Chris Massey. Nyack takes a 12-10 lead. Then they went up 13-10 in the fourth quarter. But Gary Gate to Shawnee Radabaugh backside. Big goal makes it 13-12. Nyack still up by 1. And Doherty, I mentioned it earlier, couple crucial saves in the fourth quarter right there, robbing Hess. But Nyack showing the heart of a champion. They go up 13-12 with 3 minutes and 25 seconds to go. Tommy Marichek gets the comeback going, 14-13 right now. Nyack still up by 1. And then Casey Powell finds a cutting Shawnee Radabaugh right here. That ties it up at 14 apiece with about a minute to go. 15 seconds in the game. Gate dodging to the goal. He loses possession. Looks like this game's headed to overtime. But somehow Hollywood Marichek, the garbage man, picks the ball up and beats the goalie. Toyota wins with 9 seconds to go. They win 15-14. Marichek 5 goals. Casey Powell 4 assists. Doherty 12 saves. Toyota advances.
All right, so that sets up a tremendous final weekend, a championship weekend. The semis will be on Saturday. Take a look at this. You want to be at UMBC to watch Toyota take on the great team from Long Island. This has been a championship game in years past. This is a great matchup. Toyota against Long Island, 1 o'clock, followed by a 3 o'clock semi. Winners will face off on Sunday for the championship. It's all happening at UMBC. More information, you can call US Lacrosse. Now, it's time for our weekly feature, the Bud Light Play of the Week.
Bud Light Play of the Week this week. Brian Burles from Green Turtle. Look out! Whammo! Oh, he crushes this guy from MAB. Take another look. Oh, call it the Bud Light Collision of the Week. What a hit.
So next week we'll have all the coverage of the championship weekend for the USCLA, and also the women play their championship. We'll have exclusive and extensive coverage of that too. See you again next week.
Lacrosse Weekly, brought to you by Toyota and the new full-size Toyota Tundra. And now, here's your host, Lee Elsmo.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Toyota Lacrosse Weekly. Tonight, it's all about the lady lacrosse players, Team Toyota marching toward a championship. The night before their championship, they had an exhibition against Team USA, and that was quite a challenge.
Team USA, the Stars and Stripes, at UMBC playing against Team Toyota in red, an exhibition as Team USA tunes for the World Cup. This is Allison Comito of Maryland. She scores for Team Toyota. It was close early. Too much Sherry Greer to Michelle Olfelder inside to Danielle Gallagher. The U.S. team led 3-1 at this point, and they were on cruise control all afternoon. Kelly Amante Hiller, recently married, inside to Sherry Greer, and then watch Greer go to the goal for herself. The Virginia grad, class of 1994, scores unassisted. Quinn Carney for Toyota to Jen Adams. Beautiful pass and shot there by that Maryland connection. And then Randall Flynn, another Maryland graduate, feeds inside to Sheehan Stanwyck. She's the youngest member of Team USA. Georgetown, she'll graduate next year, 2001. Sheehan Stanwyck with that goal. And then Sherry Greer put some icing on the cake for Team USA. They win 21-4. Watch that backhanded shot by Sherry Greer beating Alex Cahoe. Team USA 21, Toyota 4. A great exhibition of women's lacrosse.
Hi, I'm Quinn Kesnick. At the Toyota Lacrosse Clinics, you're going to learn a lot of the basic fundamentals of lacrosse. Today, let's take a look at the goalie stick and the pocket. This is my goalie stick. I like to use a pretty deep pocket. That enables me to not only make the save, but control the ball, to catch the ball, and then make an outlet pass. So remember, your number one priority is make the save, catch it, and then make the outlet pass. And this deep pocket gives you that opportunity.
The Maryland State High School Boys All-Star Game played at Loyola College. This is Terrence Dorsey of Woodlawn to Brian Nee, boys Latin, future star at Syracuse. Nee had 62 goals this regular season. And then Boland from Gilman kicks it near side to Brett McConaughey of Annapolis High School. McConaughey will play at Gettysburg next year. Boland will play at Hopkins. And watch this pass. Alan Hoffman feeds inside to Ryan Boyle, the Metro Player of the Year from Gilman. He'll attend Princeton. The goalie right there, that is Tillman Johnson of St. Mary's. He will attend Virginia. And then behind the net, Lucas, he's going to North Carolina. He's stripped by Ricky Schultz. He's going to Princeton. Spellman, the goalie, he's headed to Cornell. He outlets to Damian Hall of Seneca Valley. He's going to Loyola. So great talent on display at the Maryland State High School Boys All-Star Game.
Now it's time for Street and Smith's College Lacrosse USA Scoop of the Week. Of course, Street and Smith's College Lacrosse USA, the definitive source on the web for all the lacrosse information. Let's take a look at some of the scoops they'll be feeding you. If you go to their website, you'll find out about the Women's Division II All-Americans. You'll also find out about the Men's Coaches of the Year from collegelacrosseusa.com. Hey, how about the new recruits? Well, you'll find out about Maryland signing two great ones from the powerhouse Landon team. Also, UMBC signs some new 2000 recruits. So all that information and a lot more on the definitive source, Street and Smith's collegelacrosseusa.com. We'll be back with more highlights in just a moment.
We'll be right back with more Toyota Lacrosse Weekly. Yeah!
Hi, everyone. Leif Elsmo back with Toyota Lacrosse Weekly. Now it's time for the Toyota Lacrosse team, the ladies' version, to try to be the best in post-collegiate club lacrosse play. They are now playing for the championship against a great team from Baltimore.
Time for the Women's Club Championship game. Team Toyota in the black taking on Baltimore Lacrosse Club in the blue. Pick it up. First half action. Free position. Kerry Johnson scores the goal for Toyota, 1-0. Now, number one is Trish Cummings for Baltimore. Comes up with an assist here, 1-1. Cummings would have an excellent first half. We'll tell you more about her later. Stephanie Radeball to Sasha Newmarch. Look at Sasha Newmarch. Get by that girl and score. Take another look at this one. It just looks so easy for her. 2-1 Toyota. And we got some rough stuff going on in the ladies' game, too. Look out, collision coming. That's Andy O'Connor crashing into Sasha Newmarch. Ouch. But they both are okay. Here's Trish Cummings again. Look at her move to the right. Nice bounce shot back across to the other side of the net. Pretty goal, 2-2. Another look at that one. Yes. Third look at it. You got to love three angles out there. Toyota Lacrosse Weekly got you covered. Then it's Trish Cummings again, shooting and scoring. Baltimore had a 3-2 lead. Nice shot and a nice goal. But Sasha Newmarch, watch this, looks very similar to the last goal she scored, tying it up at 3. Another look at that one, weaving her way through the defense. However, 1 minute later, Kathy Nelson, she scores to make it 4-3 Toyota. Just charging in from the left side, uncontested. Then it's Newmarch. She'll pass to Nelson, the former Maryland teammates. Look at Nelson. Super moves for Kathy Nelson. Take another look. It's really good to see that. Look at her. Dive, get her stick away, fake it there low, then go high. She is a top-notch player. Nelson again. Gets the ball back, cuts through 2 defenders, bounce shot, goal, 6-3 Toyota. One more look at this one. Stick dodge, beautiful, bouncer near side. Now this game, it was hot on Sunday. 90-plus degrees, very humid, girls trying to cool off. It's 7-3 Toyota, 5:28 left, first half. Trish Cummings again, look at those moves. The goalie came out to challenge her, but watch this. Gonna fake there, and bounce it in for the goal from long range. Nice play. Trish Cummings from Baltimore Lacrosse Club. Toyota had a 7-4 lead. Now the Toyota netminder made some nice plays here. Look at her get her stick in the way, get the steal, then she gets fouled. Hits that hot AstroTurf at UMBC's campus. Toyota had a 7-4 lead at halftime. We'll show you second half action a little later.
Hi, this is Paul Gate with the Beer Lacrosse. Today's tip is on using a white lacrosse stick. A lot of people don't understand why we use a white stick. Some think it's because it's white and the ball's white, making it difficult for the goalie to see the ball. That's true. But the other reason is for days like today, when it's above 80 degrees, a lot of times the stick will get soft, and the white tends to deflect a lot of the heat, keeping it stiffer. When a stick gets hot and soft, your shot will have a tendency to go much higher than it normally would on a cool day. So that's why the white stick is an important part of everyone's game. This is Paul Gate with the Beer Lacrosse. I hope that helps you.
Well, you know, it's camp season. Phil Lazo takes you to a great one.
It's Indian Creek Lacrosse camp time once again, everybody. This camp is for 120 girls. It's an evening camp, ages 6 through 15. Takes place in Crownsville, Maryland. There are lots of fun ways to improve your game. Top-notch instructors on hand to teach the girls all sorts of lacrosse skills. You got speed drills here. See how hard you can shoot the ball. There's also food, and don't forget the rain room. When it gets too hot, you hop into the rain room, cool off in there, experience the mystery. Yeah, you better believe it. Then the lax wall for your backyard. This is a great training tool. Work on your right hand or left hand shot and catching. And look out. Yeah, you got to pay attention when you're out there with friends. The Indian Creek Lacrosse Camp, all sorts of fun stuff for girls. And here is Leif Elsmo to tell you a little bit more about it.
Well, if you want to find out more about some of the things you saw at Indian Creek, some of the great exciting elements like the rain room, here's how you do it. The rain room, learn about the mystery by calling 301-206-2657. There's a website number. Also, the lax wall. What a great way to get your left hand, your right hand as good as it can be. There's the number and a website. Then, the Indian Creek sports camps, including field hockey, soccer, boys and girls basketball for kids grades 3 to 8. Here's the number to call. Enroll them for this summer, 410-923-3660, Indian Creek, a great place to send your kid for the summer. Now, let's get to the lacrosse flashback, brought to you by Warrior, the means to dominate. Our flashbacks are always exciting. We've talked about the club championships. Next week, we'll show you the men's championship. But now, we're going to flash back to 1998 and the USCLA club championships.
Our Warrior flashback takes us to the 1998 USCLA semifinal with Gary Gate and Team Toyota taking on Long Island Hofstra. Toyota would shoot out to an 8-0 lead after the first quarter thanks to goals like this from Tom Ryan. And then this one from the Virginia connection. Doug Knight will finish right there, beating Sal Lacasio. But the boys from up north would not quit. Matt Panetta scores here to make it 11-9. Now we're going to take you back to a familiar voice and late in the fourth quarter of a close game. After the TO, it's Steve Sombrato moving to his right. Jeff Klotzen, great defensive play, knocks it free, but there's Blake Miller. Johnny on the spot, he shoots, beating Doherty. Tied game with about 35 seconds to go. After a scramble, Toyota gets a steal and gets the loose ball. 22 seconds. Gary Gates shoots. It's either off a face or off a post. One of those two. Scramble for the ball. Saved by Watson, but then it's knocked free. Here comes Pat McCabe on the run. We're under 10 seconds to go. To Matt Panetta. And the final dagger in the heart of Toyota. Long Island wins 17-16, and they would go on to win the club championship, but Toyota would beat Long Island next year in the playoffs. That's our Warrior Flashback this week.
Now it's time for our Lax World calendar. Lax World, the lacrosse superstore. You can get a free catalog by just calling 1-800-PLAY-LAX. Well, Lax World's telling us about the Vail Lacrosse Shootout. This is the granddaddy of all tournaments. It's June 29th through July 9th. The elite teams have their championship on July 4th this year, followed up by high school girls and boys and the Masters, the Grandmasters. There is a website to check out, all brought to you by Lax World. Now, we've got more of the great championship game between the Baltimore team and the great Team Toyota when we return.
You got a Happy Meal? Can we get a Happy Meal? Well, somebody get the kid a Happy Meal!
Call 1-800-333-DISH to order HBO The Works for just $11.99 a month.
Just this past weekend, it was over 100 degrees on that AstroTurf field, and Team Toyota had the championship in their sights.
We move to second half action. Toyota leads it in the black. Toyota 7-4 at halftime. Sasha Newmarch dodging in, looking, finds her teammate. The bounce shot, how in the world did she get that one in there? That was a tough one. Take another look from the reverse angle. The defense kind of had cowered away for some reason. Thought the shot was coming high. Toyota leads it 8-4. They get a nice stop here, nice kick save from the netminder, getting good defense all around. Team Toyota leading 8-4 at this point. Here they come again. Looking away. Good defense here, but a shot and a goal, and the defender's like, you know, I was playing you pretty well there. How did you get that in there? It's like, you know, I was just doing my job. Here's another look. Now watch the ball very closely. Look at it in the stick. It's very loose. Now watch, look, it almost comes out of there, but somehow she manages to keep it in her stick, ward off the defender, and score top shelf. Goal for Team Toyota, 9-4 lead. Carrie Johnson, weaving her way through traffic, finds Sasha Newmarch in front. She finds Kathy Nelson. Kathy Nelson shoots and scores a very pretty goal. 10-4 Toyota with 17:50 left in the ball game. The former Maryland teammates hooking up again. Here's another look from the high angle. There's Nelson alone in the slot. How can you leave her alone in there? But she does. She gets alone, 10-4. Now right off the face-off after that goal, here comes Trish Cummings again. Now, if Baltimore wants to stay in this game, they better score some goals in a hurry because they're down 10-4. Cummings comes sprinting down the left side, outraces everybody, and then goes 5-hole and scores the goal. Pretty goal. Let's take another look. See how she gets the ball. Two other players battling for it, knock it right back to her. And here she comes down the left side. The defense just cannot keep up with her. They're late on the slide, and 5-hole goal, 10-5. Nice play for Trish Cummings in Baltimore. Now the face-off for that goal. Right after that, Baltimore Lacrosse Club gets it right back. Watch number 19 here. This girl is quick. She slips through traffic and scores the goal to make it 10-6. Another look at this one from another angle. Steps on the accelerator, gets in there and scores. Yes, 10-6. 15:45 to go. Toyota led it 10-6. We'll take a look at the closing 15 minutes and 45 seconds a little later on.
Let's take a little break from the action now to bring you the Great Atlantic rankings. And this week we'll showcase the all-state selections, first and second team from the state of Maryland. These are the high school boys that were doing it the best. Now let's switch over to Sports Her Way and talk about the Sports Her Way rankings for the Division II All-Americans in the girls game. And now Phil Lazo has our Toyota Player of the Week.
Toyota Player of the Week. Let's go with Sasha Newmarch from Team Toyota's women's team. She had a super game, big effort, several goals, some assists in Toyota's victory over Baltimore. Toyota, the club champions, and Sasha Newmarch, the Toyota Player of the Week.
Lax World, the lacrosse superstore. If you want to be the best player that you can be on the field, then you want the greatest equipment.
How do you catch the fastest game on 2 feet? Log on to Street and Smith's collegelacrosseusa.com. Scores, highlights, teams, stats, polls. We focus on what matters most in the lacrosse world. collegelacrosseusa.com, the definitive source for lacrosse news. Powered by Street and Smith Sports.
Great Atlantic Lacrosse Company. It's more than just a game.
Toyota Lacrosse Weekly is brought to you by Toyota. A new era of great new values at your Toyota dealer, making it happen every day. Street and Smith's College Lacrosse USA, the definitive source. De Beer Lacrosse, innovation breeds champions. By Lax World, the lacrosse superstore. The Great Atlantic Lacrosse Company. Call today for a free catalog. By Warrior, the means to dominate. Bud Light, remember to make it a Bud Light. And by healthextras.com, because you love your family.
All right, everyone, Leif Ellsmo back with our final segment. And let's get back to that women's championship game. Again, Toyota, the women's version of the greatest team in the club division, have their sights set on a championship.
All right, here we go. 15:45 left. Toyota leads Baltimore Lacrosse Club 10-6. Behind the net, that's Trish Cummings. Threatening again, but look at the D by Sasha Newmarch. Right there, swipes it right out of her stick, and Toyota comes the other way. Good defense always complements good offense, and Toyota had plenty of offense. Kathy Nelson finds Newmarch. Look at that shot. Kind of left-handed, backhanded type of shot. And then Kathy Nelson. Watch her draw two defenders. Then she finds Newmarch. And there's the shot. Goalie gets a piece of it. Didn't see that in the first angle, did you? Yeah, goalie did get a piece of it, but not enough. And one more angle from the reverse. There she is. Backhanded shot for the goal. Toyota leads 11-6 with 11:20 to go. Here comes Toyota again on the run. Great fast-breaking team. Look at that catch. Shot and a goal deflected by the goalie again right off her stick. I don't know if you noticed that, but the goalie got a piece of it. Another view from field level. Look at the catch. Having to slow down and spin around and catch it, and she goes to the left hand. One more look and you'll see. First look at the catch. Look at that, spinning around, then switch to the left hand. Yes, that is a nice, talented play by Team Toyota. They lead it 12-6. More to good defense. Andy O'Connor, watch this number 13 for Toyota, right there. Knocks the ball out of the stick of the opponent. Then she corrals it herself and starts a Toyota break the other way, at the other end of the field. Right in front, shot stop, rebound, switch to the left hand, and a goal. Yes, the Toyota player is very skilled at switching hands. Watch again, shot is stopped. Rebound, go to the left hand right there, and the goal. Toyota leads it 13-6, they take control. Now watch number 19. She hits the Jets right there and just starts blowing by people. And then she's going to weave her way through traffic, gets by her, and then right through two more players. Backhander, goal! Wow, what a terrific goal. Too bad I don't know this girl's name, but she is fast. And watch her get through defense right there, and the pretty backhand goal. 13-7. Here she is again. Look at her, hit the Jets right there, cut back to the right, uses her speed to her advantage. 13-8, but they were running out of time. Another look at this one. Good quickness, great moves. 13-8, but Toyota would go on to win this game. 14-8, they take the Women's Club Championship with a 14-8 victory over the Baltimore Lacrosse Club. Team Toyota, the 2000 Club Lacrosse Champions.
Time now for our HealthExtras.com injury report. HealthExtras.com, if you love your family, up to $1 million worth of coverage for only $9.95 a month. Now, Casey Powell back into the focus with an ankle injury this past weekend in the championship series. He's playing for Team Toyota for the USCLA. All right, that'll do it for our injury report. Right now, let's take a look at those men that are playing for the championship. Next week, our whole show will be devoted to the championship series for the USCLA as Team Toyota marches forward to try to get that championship. Now, let's go and take a look at the preview of the USCLA Championships.
Next week on Toyota Lacrosse Weekly, we will have the USCLA, that's the club Final Four, the semifinals, featuring the team from Reebok, upstate New York, Jamie Archer, Matt Kataya, Jim Morrissey, all of SU, facing the North Hempstead Lacrosse Club from Long Island, Matt Doyle, Todd Evans, Dennis Kelly, Ryan Langtree, some of the stars. In Game 2, it's Toyota, Tom Maricek, the Gate brothers, Casey Powell. They are looking for their first national championship, and they will face their arch rivals, the Long Island Hofstra Club. So we got a great show for you. 2 semifinals and then the national championship right here on Toyota Lacrosse Weekly.
All right, time now for our Bud Light Play of the Week.
This week's Bud Light Play of the Week comes from the Team Toyota Women's Championship game. Number 19 for the Baltimore Lacrosse Club is the Flash. I don't know her name, but I'm going to call her the Flash because look at that speed. She blows by everybody, and then when she does encounter traffic, she goes right through them. The backhander, the goal, the Flash scores the Bud Light Play of the Week.
That'll do it for this week. Next week, we focus on the men marching toward the championship.
Toyota Lacrosse Weekly, brought to you by Toyota and the new full-size Toyota Tundra. And now, here's your host, Lee Elsmo.
Hi, everybody. This week, we're focusing on the USCLA Club Championships. These are the best players in the world. They're out of college, and I'll tell you what, they put on a great show at UMBC for their version of their Final Four. They had a Super 6 weekend the weekend before in Philadelphia. They brought their 4 best teams to UMBC, and let's start off with the semifinal action.
This semifinal has Reebok in the red taking on the North Hempstead Lacrosse Club. Matt Doyle, remember him from Syracuse, comes out of the corner and scores. This game was never close. Matt Kataya, former Syracuse player, shot, ping! That's the kind of day it was for Reebok. Nothing went right. It's Matt Doyle again, weaving through traffic, scoring. Like I said, the game was over almost from the beginning. They did have a pretty goal here. John Keller to Dan Coffey, but it was just never really close. Look at the pretty passing from the North Hempstead Lacrosse Club. They go on to rout Reebok 19-7, and they go to the finals.
Do not create offense for them. Okay, just play straight up defense. Don't be going over the head. Don't be trying to wraps and everything else crazy. Okay. The other thing is they throw as many behind the back passes as they do forward. Okay, so be prepared. No matter if you're off the guy a little bit, be ready.
If we let them have possession and sit down and slow the game down, control that way, it's going to be a war. 2, we want possession on the face-off. Goers and tap, you got to wear that out and go after them. We get the ball, get down on the field, they're not going to be able to come back on you today.
Ed Hughes and Haswell Franklin giving their respective teams some advice right off the bat. Hofstra wins the face-off. They do that give-and-go thing. Darren Lowe to brother Kevin, back to Darren. But number 33, Hugh Donovan, gets in there, and Eric Miller is able to clear the ball for Toyota. Again, Steve Sombrato to Darren Lowe to Steve Sombrato. A goal, 1-0. Long Island right off the bat, they've got the lead. But Kip Folks comes right back for Toyota in red, number 13, with the rocket ship. Yeah! Goalie got a piece of it, but not enough. 1-1. Then it's Maricek backing his man down, going left-handed. Shot and a goal. Tom Maricek, 2-1. He's working hard. Right off the face-off. Look at Rodney Tapp. Now watch him with the stick. Whack it back toward his own net right there. But where are the teammates? Nobody's getting the ball. Loose ball picked up by Kevin Lowe. He scores 2-2. Then it's Brian Reese on the run for Toyota to Maricek to Casey Powell. Shot, stop, rebound, whacked in by Casey. Pretty goal. Let's take another look at that one. Here they come on the run. Reese to Maricek. Shot originally stopped by Greg Kolesa. Goalie for Hofstra, but Powell there for the rebound. Kolesa comes up with a nice save here. Powell to Maricek. Behind the back shot. Oh, look what I found. Good stop. 4-3 Toyota at this point. Casey Powell backing in, almost falls down to Sean Radeball. Big bouncer and a goal. 5-3 lead. Take another look at this shot. Huge bounce shot over the head of the goalie and just underneath the crossbar. And it's Gary Gate working in from the left side. Shot and a goal. Top shelf. 7-3 Toyota after 1. Second quarter action. Here comes Gordon Purdy. He had a big second quarter. He scores here. He had 3 goals in the quarter. Long Island would outscore Toyota 4-2 in that second quarter, and it was 9-17 Toyota at halftime. We'll take a look at the second half a little later on.
Hi, I'm Sue Heather, an All-American from Loyola College and the World Cup team goalie from 1993. Today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about body positioning. The key issue in goalkeeping, whether it's men's lacrosse or women's lacrosse, is body positioning. I pretend there's a string connected to the head of my stick to my helmet, so that wherever my stick goes, my head moves with it at all times. I also try to remember thinking that there's a rubber band connected from my elbow to my knee. If the shot is to the right, my elbow and knee move together. For a left shot, I pretend that it's connected from my elbow to my left knee, and I move with it. In that way, if I miss it with my stick, it has hit my body. That way you've made the great save and you're ready to move on.
Teams looking on, ready for second half action. Toyota with that 2-goal lead. Hofstra has a record of coming back and beating Toyota after falling behind in these games. But second half, Mark Goers fights hard, wins the face-off, has it stripped away, gets it back, then gets it to Sean Radebaugh, who finds Paul Gate open in front, and Paul's got a heavy shot. Goal. 10-7 Toyota, building up a 3-goal lead. Then Casey Powell on the spin move to Gary Gate. And look at this shot by Gary Gate. One-handed with defenders all around him. Another look at it shows how tough it was. Look at that, and he wraps it around the goalie. 11-7 Toyota. They got a 4-goal lead. But we know it always seems to happen. On the extra man, Darren Lowe to his brother Kevin. He goes low and far side, beating Brian Doherty. It's 11-8. And Haswell Franklin's like, guys, come on, you can't let this happen again. It happens every year. Steve Sombrado, the shot, it's wide. There's Darren Lowe on the doorstep to rescue him. Here's a replay. The shot going wide, but Darren Lowe for the put-in goal, 11-9. Then right off the face-off. Watch what happens here. Gordon Purdy strips the ball from Mark Goers. He gets it to Darren Lowe. And then Lowe will find Tim Schur in the middle for the bouncing goal. Suddenly, it's 11-10, just like that. They win the next draw. They get it to Doug Altmansberger, who finds Darren Lowe on the doorstep. Nobody on him. He ties the game at 11. Oh, my gosh, it's happening again. But Toyota gets themselves together, lead 13-11 after 3. Then Casey Powell, the woo-woo goal on the doorstep. He learned that from Marichek. Then Paul Gate from his brother Gary, 15-11. Then Marichek with a rocket from Mark Fry. Take another look, reverse angle. Whoosh! Yeah! And to finish it off, how about Doug Knight? Remember him? Oh, yeah, man, I miss watching him play lacrosse. Another look at this acrobatic goal. You gotta love Doug Knight. Long Island never gets closer than 3 goals again. Marichek 4-2, Powell 2-3. Radeball, Folks, and Paul Gate each had 3 goals. Toyota goes to the final with a 19-15 win.
Time now for our Street and Smith College Lacrosse USA Scoop of the Week. And of course, the definitive source on the web is Street and Smith CollegeLacrosseUSA.com. You've got to check them out to get all the information that you want to know about this great game of lacrosse. Let's take a look at this week's Scoop of the Week.
All right, this week's Street and Smith Scoop of the Week. We get some news out of Rutgers. The Rutgers University men's lacrosse team getting ready to go down under on an 18-day tour of Australia in July. The team will play games against senior Aussie teams in Melbourne, Adelaide, and Perth. They will also visit the Olympic city of Sydney. Keep an eye on that one for you. Also, you can read about Coach Dave Petramala, one of the most decorated players in the history of college lacrosse. Coach the Cornell Big Red this year was presented with the Morris Touchstone Memorial Award as the USILA and NCAA Division I Coach of the Year. He won that at the annual All-America banquet recently. He will be the coach at Johns Hopkins next year. And speaking of Hopkins, the NCAA Lacrosse Championship Committee has recommended Johns Hopkins as the host for the 2001 Division I and Division III Women's Championships. And finally, the U.S. Lacrosse High School Senior All-Star Game rosters have been announced. Boys and girls All-Star teams will be competing at the U.S. Lacrosse Youth Festival June 23rd to the 25th in Troy, New York. Read all about it at Street and Smith's College Lacrosse USA, the definitive source.
We'll be right back with more Toyota Lacrosse Weekly.
Lee Felsmo back with Toyota Lacrosse Weekly, and now we're all set for the championship game. To get to the championship, Toyota had to face a lot of teams from New York. They had to beat New York Athletic Club, they had to beat Long Island, and now they're taking on North Hampstead.
Team Toyota looking for their first ever club lacrosse championship. They're going to have to face the North Hempstead Lacrosse Club to get it done. This is 17 seconds into the game. Marichek behind to Casey Powell. Watch him drive, spin, and score 1-0 in favor of Team Toyota. Casey Powell so quick and effective, dodging from behind the goal. But on the ensuing play, Powell twists his ankle. He would be lost for the remainder of the game. Team Toyota, they would have to overcome the adversity. Brian Langtree feeds inside. Beautiful goal by North Hempstead. This score was tied at 1 apiece early stages of the first quarter. Mark Fry to Kip Folks from about 17 yards. Folks with 98-mile-an-hour shot. Here it is again from the top of the box. 2-1 in favor of Toyota. We're about 5 minutes into the first quarter. North Hempstead's Brian Langtree, he was as hot as the weather. Watch the behind-the-back shot, but he's robbed by Eric Miller. And then Toyota in transition. Gary Gate, Matt Shear, down low. Derek Radeball, one-touch shot past the goalie, Alex Rozier. 3-1 in favor of Team Toyota. Quick release there by Radeball, the key to that goal. And then his cousin, Shawnee Radeball, makes it 4-1 on a gorgeous individual effort, spinning right-handed past Rozier from close range. Watch the reverse angle. Very little to shoot at there. Somehow Radeball tucks it in the goal. Gary Gate forcing the issue, dodges strong left-handed. The loose ball in front picked up by Matt Shear, who sticks it past Rozier. Gorgeous shot And then Langtree, causing a lot of problems for the Toyota defense, somehow scoots this by Miller. The score at that stage was 5-2, and then 5-3 until Marichek sticks one top shelf. It was 6-3 at the end of the first quarter.
Hi, this is Paul Gate with the beer, letting you know the advantage of traditional and mesh. Traditional pockets have an advantage because what they do is the leather runners grip the ball to give you better control. The advantage of mesh, however, is that it's easier to maintain and also allows a quicker release. So you have control over quickness and release and ease of care. Hopefully these tips will help you improve your game.
As you know, it's camp time for all you great young players. Casey Powell, Ryan Powell, a lot of great stars came down for our Indian Creek Lacrosse camp. Let's take a look at some of the action.
It's summertime, and that means it's time for Indian Creek Lacrosse camps. These are camps for boys of all ages, under 10, all the way through teenagers. Led by our fearless leader, there is Leif Elsmo in the blue. Now, Leif recruited some top-notch players to come join him this year at the Indian Creek Lacrosse camp. There's Ryan Powell. There's Tommy Ryan from Team Toyota. Ryan Powell, of course, from Syracuse. Mark Govers, Team Toyota. There's Casey Powell. So Leif got both the Powell brothers out there. The kids absolutely loved it. They learned all sorts of skills from face-offs to shooting, how to defend, how to dodge, all sorts of dodges, split dodges, face dodges, how to get yourself open. Look at this move. Yeah, nice spin move, backhand shot, and a goal. The kids learned all sorts of skills, improved their game. They got to see some of the lacrosse heroes, and they got to have a whole lot of fun. Keep your eyes open for Indian Creek Lacrosse camps.
Well, if you want to get more information about some of the great things you saw at the Indian Creek Lacrosse camp, here's how you do it. The Rain Room, the mystery of it all. This is really an attraction at these camps. Call 301-206-2657 or reach them on the web with that web address. Hey, the Lax Wall, no better way than to use a Lax Wall to get your left and right hand as good as it can be. There's the phone number and website. And then the Indian Creek sports camps, including field hockey, soccer, boys and girls basketball. They're in the Annapolis-Severna Park area. These are for kids grades 3 to 8. There's the phone number. Give them a call. Get your kid into camp this summer. Now it's time for our Warrior Flashback. Warrior, the means to dominate, takes us back to another great moment in lacrosse.
This week's Warrior Flashback takes us back to Vail 1997 Men's Elite Division Championship game. Mount Washington led by goalie Sal Acasio against Team Toyota. First quarter action, Paul Gate, number 19 with the white helmet, scores 1-0 Toyota. But in the cage, it's a cat quick. Quint Kesnick looking to make the stop there. Then Paul Gate, Toyota has a 2-0 lead. Flags are down. He goes through 4 guys and scores 3-0 Toyota. Stayed that way because look at Quint Kesnick. The man had 16 saves in the first half alone. There he stopped Doug Knight. Remember Doug Knight, then Kip Folks with the goal. Toyota led 8-7 at the half. Second half action, Doug Knight beats Brian Doherty. Mount Washington goes on a 6-1 run. Casey Powell, number 22, to Darren Lowe from Long Island Hofstra, and Mount Washington goes on a 6-1 run. They win it 14-11 to win the title for the second straight year.
Time now for our Lax World calendar. Lax World, the lacrosse superstore. You can get a free catalog, 1-800-PLAY-LAX. Now, the Vail Lacrosse Shootout is what we're talking about. Starts June 29th through July 9th. The best lacrosse tournament in the world. And guess what, folks? We're going to have a TV special on these stations with all the great action from the Vail Lacrosse Shootout. We'll be back with more great action from the USCLA Championship weekend in just a moment.
We'll admit we could have made the new full-size Toyota Tundra more like its competitors. We could have given it a less powerful V8 engine like the 5.2-liter Dodge Ram. We could have given the Tundra multi-piece frame rails like the Ford F-150. We could have given it less stopping power like the 5.3-liter Chevy Silverado. But we decided to quit while we were ahead. The new Toyota Tundra with the iForce V8. Have we gone too far, or have others not gone far enough?
Good evening, folks.
Hold the door, hold the door. Hey, hold that elevator. Hold it. One more.
Whoa.
Hey, open the door. Somebody get that, please. People, somebody press the button. Frank, come on, I can see you in there. Please open the door. Hey, hey. Come on, we're reasonable people here. Hey, look. Oh, that's my Bud Light.
Get it, Frank.
Whoa.
With a great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down.
I can't shake them.
Is this going on?
Make it a Bud Light.
If someone had told me years ago my hair could grow back, I wouldn't believe it.
Look, this is my own hair, and it'll grow for the rest of my life. We simply take the hair that is permanent and transplant it to where you are losing it.
Microsurgical hair transplantation and the procedures practiced at HRG allow follicular units as small as 1 hair at a time to be transplanted. The result? Coverage where you are thinning, and a new hairline if you need it.
The good thing is, you can get your hair back. You just need to find out about it.
The first step is to educate yourself. My staff and I will explain every proven method of replacing your hair.
Believe it. This is where I was losing my hair, and now it's growing back.
Are you ready for your hair to grow back? Call HRG now. Simply leave your name and address, and we'll send you our free color booklet. Don't wait. Call the toll-free number now.
Believe it.
Lee Felsbo back with Toyota Lacrosse Weekly. Let's rejoin Team Toyota as they continue to move on toward their potential championship in the USCLA.
Second quarter action. Toyota with a 3-goal lead and the extra man. Shawnee Radeball finds Paul Gate. Money in the bank. Watch the replay. Watch how Rozier gives him a lot to shoot at in the near side, and Gate makes him pay. 7-3 with 17 minutes to go in the second quarter. Nice passing. Matt Shear, a second extra man goal, and Haswell Franklin, the Toyota coach, it's got to be excited. They're up 8-3. And then watch the pick and the shot by Paul Gate. The Gate brothers, perfect execution on this pick. And the Gates, with their shooting accuracy, just on fire. But North Hempstead comes back. Todd Evans, the Maryland graduate, makes it 9-4 at that stage. And then on the extra man, North Hempstead, John Campbell to Frank Raiden, 9-5 with 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. Both teams then would pick up the pace defensively. Watch that check right there by Chuck Bresci, Team Toyota. And then John Tillman in transition finds Shawnee Radeball. But no, Alex Rozier, a monster save for North Hempstead. Rozier still has the hot hand as he robs Kip Folks from about 10 yards. But the Toyota defense bearing down. Look at Hugh Donovan just holding his ground, pushing out Frank Raiden. Nice job. And face-offs were the key. That enabled Toyota to take a 4-goal lead at halftime. Mark Goers, John Brothers, and Rodney Tapp, great job on the face-offs. We're back with the second half.
Time now for the Sports Her Way rankings. Sports Her Way specializing in women's equipment and apparel. And right now we'll take a look at the Division III Lacrosse All-Americans. Phil Lazo now has our Toyota Player of the Week.
Toyota Player of the Week. It's going to be the Toyota Player of the Year for women's lacrosse. Who else but Jen Adams from the University of Maryland. She was an all-out superstar all year long. Jen Adams, our Toyota Women's Player of the Year.
Lax World, the lacrosse superstore.
Great Atlantic Lacrosse Company. It's more than just a game.
Toyota Lacrosse Weekly is brought to you by Toyota. A new era of great new values at your Toyota dealer, making it happen every day. Street and Smith's College Lacrosse USA, the definitive source. De Beer Lacrosse. Innovation breeds champions. By Lax World, the lacrosse superstore. The Great Atlantic Lacrosse Company. Call today for a free catalog. By Warrior, the means to dominate. Bud Light. Remember to make it a Bud Light. And by HealthExtras.com, because you love your family.
Team Toyota has the championship in their sights. Let's rejoin the action.
We are in the third quarter. Toyota has a 4-goal lead, 9-5. Gary Gate on the fast break. Near side to Maricek. Kicked back to Gate. Gate beats Rozier, top shelf. Beautiful shot. The Gates shooting so effectively. Toyota with a 5-goal lead, 10-5. But Brian Langtree, the Hofstra product, playing for North Hempstead, driving right-handed, somehow pings the pipe, beating Doherty. Watch the replay. Beautiful accuracy on this shot, 10-6 with 14 minutes to go. Off the next face-off, Kip Folks to Maricek. The Wizard, Hollywood does it himself, 11-6 Toyota. Watch the stick fakes right there from close range. And then Frank Braden, number 14 for North Hempstead, leaning in. Frank Braden played at Maryland, played midfield. Now he plays attack at the club level. Acrobatic goal there by little Frank Braden, 11-7. And then Reese to Maricek, another fast break. Exact duplicate, a ditto of that earlier shot by Maricek. Watch the fakes. This made it 12-7. And then Todd Evans, the nifty right-hander. Look at the speed, blowing by the defense, sticking it past Doherty, 12-8. Toyota up by 4, mid-stages. And then the next face-off, a crucial play in this game. Mark Goers wins the face-off, jams it down low to Derek Radebaugh. Toyota then up by 5. It only took 8 seconds. Look at the replay. Goers so effective shielding that ball and winning the face-off. Toyota's next offensive possession resulted in a goal by Mark Fry, the assist by Sean Radebaugh. A 6-goal lead, 14-8, but Raiden cuts it to a 5-goal lead. We're coming back with the fourth quarter after this.
Time now for our healthextras.com injury report. If you love your family, up to $1 million worth of coverage for only $9.95 a month. Once again, Casey Powell in this championship game in the first quarter, he hurt his ankle. Not too badly, we understand. Should be back on the field within a couple of weeks. Now, let's get back to some of the great action as Toyota, really with the game not in doubt anymore, marches toward the club championship.
Fourth quarter action. Toyota looking for their first championship. Could they possibly blow it with a 5-goal lead? Well, make that a 6-goal lead because Paul Gates in the house, and he's going to the goal. North Hempstead cut the Toyota lead to 4 goals, but watch this sequence. The outside shot, Rozier comes out, misses the ball. Radebaugh kicks it to Maricek. Rozier hustling back in the goal, but doesn't get there in time. Crucial play right there, giving Toyota the 5-goal lead. And then Gary Gate and Paul Gate take over. Gate makes it 17-11, setting his feet and firing the outside shot, 12 minutes to go. Watch the beautiful two-man play. Paul Gate near side to Gary, gets to the middle of the field, beats Rozier right there, 18-11. Perfect two-man play. Look at the other players just clear out the middle. You can't let Gary Gate take that shot. The two Gate brothers playing their best game in a championship setting. And then Tom Ryan to Derek Radebaugh, and Ryan continues to the net. The Rasta Man. Beautiful one-handed effort. The sensational goal by Tommy Ryan right there. Toyota up by 8 goals with 10 minutes to go. Take a look at the one-handed wraparound shot by the Rasta Man. The defense was consistent all day, and Doherty was spectacular. Watch the kick save by the lefty. Love the hockey helmet. Toyota prevails 21-12. Their first ever Club Lacrosse Association Championship. Congratulations to the entire team, to Haswell Franklin, the coach, the coaching staff, to Jay Pivick, Pivick Advertising, Bud Ulrich. You guys deserved it. There they are with their championship trophy. They win 21-12. Huge game by Tom Maricek, 4 goals. Gary Gate, 3 goals, 1 assist. Matt Shear, big game. Shawnee Radebaugh. Again, congratulations, Team Toyota. You got it done.
This week's Bud Light Play of the Week is Dual Plays of the Week from the championship game. Tom Maricek from Team Toyota. Look at all the fakes, and then he has no angle, but manages to score. Then we go to Tom Ryan, ducking under the defense, diving one-handed. Tommy Ryan, wow, look at that. And Tom Maricek, the dual Bud Light Plays of the Week.
Well, that'll do it for this year. Lee Felsbo saying goodbye for year 2000. Hope to see you again next year on Toyota Lacrosse Weekly.
Shootout is sponsored in part by Toyota, a new era of great new values at your Toyota dealer, making it happen every day. By MAB Paints. AllLacrosseAmerica.com. Click the stick. STX. Control your game. Carry the flame. Warbird Pincus. Think goals. Lax World Colorado. The Lacrosse Superstore. Rocket Pocket. You don't have a lot of time in lacrosse. Get Rocket Pocket. and by LacStore.com, your online source for all things lacrosse and field hockey.
Well, it's July in Vail Valley, and what would you expect? Well, the best lacrosse in the world. Hi, everybody. Lee Felsmo back with the Vail Lacrosse Shootout. 100 teams, 10 days, right around the 4th of July. The best lacrosse every year, right here at the Vail Shootout. Now, we have a lot of divisions to talk about, but it all centers around the men's elite, and that's where we'll start.
Rocky Mountain High, Colorado. I know. I'll keep my day job. This is Under Armour in the red taking on Michigan in the white. Late fourth quarter, 12-12, men's elite quarterfinals. Watch this shot by Michigan. It's a goal, right? No, off the knee of the goaltender and off the post. Ping, loose ball. You can see the score's tied at 12. They come the other way, does Under Armour in the red. Dan Prout to Casey Powell. Loose in front. You can't leave him standing alone like that in front. How can you do that? Somebody missed an assignment. It's 13-12 Under Armour. Then it's Kip Volks. He's racing. He's on the go. He shoots and scores. And Under Armour goes on to beat Michigan 14-12. They advance to the semis. Now let's go to the next one. MAB Paints against AuctionWorks.com. MAB Paints in the yellow. That's John Grant Jr. He gets a pass to his teammate. He falls down. Shock deflects off another teammate. Ends up in the stick of Peter Janney. And Peter Janney scores, beating Greg Catrano for the goal, 1-0. Now watch this play. Shot goal, no! Oh my gosh, can you believe that? What an incredible save by Billy Hunter. And to make it worse, my boy Tucker Radebaugh took the shot. There's the shot, and Billy Hunter, look at him lunge. Wow! If that doesn't deserve a wow, I don't know what does. More action. Look at Drew McKnight. Lots of Virginia guys on AuctionWorks.com. Game tied at 5 at halftime. Second half, fourth quarter. Here it is. Dan Danahan to Connor Gill. The goal ties it up at 8. We go to overtime when Bobby Horsey from Loyola fires and beats former Maryland goalie Brian Doherty for the game winner in overtime. AuctionWorks had a super team. Doug Knight included on that team. Matt Panetta, Matt O'Kelly, Drew Melchione, but not enough. MAB advances to the semis.
Colorado, Eastern Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh, Houston, Minnesota, and Utah. Now on to the boys' high school championship. We've got Ohio in white against Colorado. The first goal scored there by Richards. This is Jerhand from Hine. We're tied at 1 apiece. Colorado in blue. They've got the home court advantage. Pastor then finds Madden as Ohio goes on a 6-1 third quarter run. The score was only 3-2 at halftime, but the second half was all Ohio. Bender with a finalizer of his own, looking like Ryan Powell from behind. And then Robinson finds Reed. Reed would end this game with 3 goals and 1 assist. The score was 9-3 after 3. Ohio wins 12-5. They win their 4th consecutive Vail high school level tournament, 4 in a row. Their extra man was 2 for 4. Richards and Reed with hat tricks. Bender had 1 and 1. Ohio goalie Nick Asmo was the tournament MVP. Congratulations to Team Ohio.
Hi, I'm Quinn Kesnick. At the Toyota Lacrosse Clinics, you're going to learn a lot of the basic skills of lacrosse. Today we're going to take a look at stick positioning for a goaltender. It's very important to have your stick out away from your body with your elbows bent and the head of your stick up in the box position. Right here, this is a good stance. You can see I'm holding the stick with my fingers, not tight in my hands. This way I'm too rigid. I need flexibility in order to move the stick in my clockwork motion. That's one of the skills that you'll learn at the Toyota Lacrosse Clinics.
Vail, Colorado, the 5 goals and 3 assists. This is the semifinals, as they always seem to be.
We'll be back with more of the Vail Lacrosse Shootout in just a minute.
You know, there's lots of other great stuff going on in Vail as well as the lacrosse action, and there's all sorts of good sights to see. Beautiful architecture as well as awesome history out in the great state of Colorado, Vail, Colorado. For the next few seconds, we'll let you soak it all in and take a look at some of that breathtaking scenery. And back to the action. Quarterfinal matchup, Laxworld in the blue. Watch the play by Ryan Mollet, number 9, right there. Just as the guy was making his move, he stick checks the ball away. AOL is in the green, Laxworld in the blue. And everyone will tell you, defense is what wins games. Watch this, Alexander, bam! Another super stick check, a great defensive play from the short pole. Laxworld goes on to rout AOL and advances to the semifinals with an 11-2 victory.
Hi, I'm Paul Gate with the Beer. Let me show you how to properly break in a stick. It's important that we break in all 3 areas of the pocket: the bottom, the middle, and the top. And as you can see, I'm just taking the ball and working those areas by pushing it down and making those areas deeper.
It's the boys 17 and under showcase from Vail. We've got Long Island blue in the blue against Alexandria in the red helmets, red shorts, white tops. They're from Alexandria, Virginia. Good check right there. There was a nice stick check, loose free-for-all. 4 teams in 4 different divisions here, teams from all over the country. Got a nice save coming up here by the Long Island blue goaltender. Look at that from point-blank range. Teams represented from Colorado, Texas, Baltimore, Long Island, Minnesota, Santa Fe, New Mexico, Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Lots of kids participating in the boys 17 and under showcase, getting them ready for big-time action later in the years to come. Time now for our Warrior Flashback, which takes us back to the 1995 Men's Elite Final from a rainy, muddy Vail, Colorado. Never seen it this muddy before. It's Top Gun Outlaws in the blue taking on MAB Paints, whose Billy Martin scores here to tie the game at 2. Then it's Top Gun's Tommy Carmine beating MAB's Sal Lacasio on the rebound to make it 3-2. But MAB would not be denied as number 22, Gary Gate, feeds behind the back to Tim Goldstein for the goal. MAB goes on to win the 1995 Vail Championship 13-8. Wearing those old-style helmets. Been so long since I've seen those. That's our Warrior Flashback. It's now time for our Laxworld calendar this week. Lake Placid Summit Lacrosse Tournament, August 10th through the 13th. For more information, check out lakeplacidlax.com or call 510-439-6822. And don't forget the Ocean City Lacrosse Classic, August 18th, 19th, and 20th in Ocean City, Maryland. For more information, you can call the Green Turtle in Ocean City at 410-723-2128.
Use your remote to order.
Yeah, you got some chilly mountain springs in Vail, Colorado. We got the men's elite semifinals. Under Armour in the red taking on MAB Paints in the gold. Who says Casey Powell can't play defense? Watch that. Look at that. Over the head check. Knocked the ball away. That was an incredible play by Casey Powell, number 22. He starts a fast break, gets it to Peter Hillgardner. Behind the back shot and a goal. This, however, made the score 7-5. MAB was ahead by 2 goals. 26 seconds later, Casey Powell lunging across the crease, scoring to beat Billy Hunter. That makes it 7-6. One way to stop John Grant Jr. is just to mug him. Look at this. You're just taking him out. Yeah, we're not going to let him beat us. Penalty. Then Casey Powell. Look at this goal. Watch this. Oh, he hit the ground ball. The ground ball goal, the defenseman actually helped him. 7-7. That was an incredible goal by Casey Powell. Now Mike Buzza off the faceoff. MAB trails by 1. Look at Buzza blistering through the defense in a hurry. He scores to make it 8-8. It's now 9-8 MAB when Casey Powell strikes again. Behind the back shot in the third quarter. 9-9 after 3. Fourth quarter. John Grant Jr. can't stop him, only hope to contain him. Knock the ball free, check him, knock him down. Doesn't matter. He scores. Wow, what a goal. 10-9 MAB stayed that way till under a minute to go. Thanks in part to Billy Hunter. Look at him making these saves with under a minute to go. But Hunter is only so good. John Zolberti slips out from behind, scores to tie the game with 27 seconds to go. It's tied at 10. Now closing seconds. Here's a shot. Another save by Hunter. Another shot coming. Look at this. Right off the middle of the pole. Incredible save. Seconds later, a shot coming from Mike Howley. The defenseman's stick causes the shot to go awry. It's snatched by Matt Kataya, former Syracuse player. He flips it to Tommy Ryan, who backhands it in for the goal. Unbelievable as time expires. Under Armour with the most incredible, thrilling victory over MAB Paints. They go to the Elite Finals. Wow.
Time now for the Vail Supermasters Finals. Year 2000, we've got Rocket Pocket from Colorado in orange against the Navy Old Goats in blue. Take your Viagra. Check out these dinosaurs. And there's Leif Elsmo, our fearless leader. He was coaching the Rocket Pocket squad. Mike Buzzle with that outside shot, and then the hit. Buzzle, newly inducted into the National Hall of Fame. Congratulations, Mike. There's a goal by Navy. That is Nastro on the little flick shot. Elsmo during the break telling us guys, hey guys, this is how it's done. Remember my great career. And then watch this play by Bach of the Colorado Rocket Pocket. The shot off the top post and in the goal. He is feeling it 1-1 at this stage. And then Richie Hayes, class of 83 at the Naval Academy, went to Lindbergh High School, flies jets right now, comes around the goal and scores. Beautiful shot by Richie Hayes, still feeling like a youngster in his 40s. And then George Rentz does this all himself. The initial shot, nice save by the Navy keeper. And Rentz is there to pick up his loose ball, tuck this one in the back of the net. You can see it trickle over the line. Colorado Rocket Pocket, they held tough. Leif Elsmo's squad, a lot to be proud of, but they come up short. They lose to Navy 6-5 in the Supermasters Finals. Congratulations, Navy. Big games by Mike Buzzle, Richie Lewis, George Rentz.
It's now time for Street and Smith's College Lacrosse USA. Well, you've heard that phrase, wild horses couldn't drag it out of me. Well, it looks like they dragged it out of this guy. Anyway, back to semifinal number 2. Lax World in the blue taking on Team Reebok in the orange and white. I kind of like those unis. First quarter action, Mike Springer, the stealth bomber, he scores to give Reebok a 1-0 lead, but it wouldn't last long. This Princeton connection, Josh Sims to Lawrence Smith, 2-1 Lax World. Second quarter, Virginia's Ian Shore picks up the loose ball and fires one low, beating Rob Mulligan. He's the goalie for Reebok. That made it 5-1. Quick little comeback. Zingo! Adam Doniger scores to make it 5-2. Then it's Tim Burns to Brian Soliday. He scores, beating Trevor Tierney 5-3. Lax World at the half. Second half, trouble for Reebok. Josh Sims picks up the loose ball. Zingo! He's got his own Zingo. That makes it 7-3 Lax World. Then Mulligan was out on a clear, lost the ball. Lax World's got it. Tim Gettleman. Mulligan desperately trying to get back in the play. Lunges across the crease to no avail. Lax World beats Reebok 11-6 to advance to the championship game. Time now for the Bud Light Play of the Week. Takes place out in Vail. Look, the goal is empty. Here comes this shot on the open net, and no! The goalie comes out of nowhere. That's Billy Hunter from MAB Paints. Take another look at it. The shot comes from my man Tucker Radaball, and look at Billy Hunter. That deserves the most hearty wow, the Bud Light Play of the Week.
Rocket Pocket, they're in green against the Tap Room in white. Now, these athletes are 33 years and older. Look at some of the work on the face-off right there. That looks like a little withholding violation. Check out this goal. The score is 2-2 at this point. Beautiful handle in front. Colorado Rocket Pocket took a 7-6 lead at halftime. Some of the fans in attendance loving the action. You got two future stars at Middlebury right there. One's a lefty and the other needs a stick. Watch the physical play all game. This game was brutally physical. The hit in front, the sore ribs, ouch. And then the fisticuffs almost ensue here. This play got kind of mouthy. These teams really wanted the championship. But Colorado Rocket Pocket, they would emerge victorious 12-11. Brett Davey, the former star at the University of North Carolina, the star again for Colorado Rocket Pocket. He had 2 goals and 1 assist, including 2 big fourth quarter goals as Colorado outscored the Tap Room 4-1 in the crucial fourth quarter. So congratulations, Colorado Rocket Pocket. You are the Masters champions.
It's the Women's Elite Championship game. That's Chesapeake in the navy blue and white. It's now time for our HealthExtras.com injury report. Up to $1 million of coverage for only $9.95 a month. If you love your family, check out HealthExtras.com. Well, today it's pretty easy. As you saw, Christy Samaras of Chesapeake with the nice cut just above the nose. But hey, it didn't keep her from winning the Vail Championship once again. Christy Samaras is in there for our HealthExtras.com injury report.
No better setting than Vail, Colorado, and we've got the men's elite finals. Lax World in blue. They're the defending champions taking on Team Under Armour. Timmy Gettleman with the swim move. Score 1-0 right away in this game off the opening faceoff. Watch the move. Oh, over the shoulder of the defenseman. So beautiful by the burly attackman from Loyola. Then Jay Gelbert left-handed. 2-0 before you could say go. Lax World showing their dominance early. Tommy Ryan, the Rasta man, inside Matty Shear. Pair of Team Toyota players hooking up there. 2-1. And then Peter Hillgartner against Ryan Mollett from Princeton. Watch him lean in and somehow beat Trevor Tierney. 2-2. We're 2 minutes into this ball game. And then Matt Baylor pops the face-off, feeds inside to Ian Shore, the lefty from Virginia. It's 4-2 in the second quarter when Hanley Holcomb sticks this one 5-2. Lax World increases their lead as Timmy Gettleman finds Jason Hard, so tough from close range. And then Gettleman makes it 7-3. Damian Davis shows his speed coast to coast. The Princeton defender scores a goal. 8-4, 9-4 Chris Malone, 10-4 Chris Malone. Get a timeout if you're Under Armour. Right there, Malone second in a row, 10-4. And then Baylor to Hartopolis right off a faceoff, 11-4. Game over, perhaps. 11-5 at halftime, all Lax World. But second half action, Kip Folks from downtown, the rifle, and he is feeling it. Let me tell you, Kip Folks can bring it 95 to 100 miles per hour, 11-6. It was 12-6 when Casey Powell took this breakaway. Watch the multiple fakes behind the back. What confidence by Casey Powell, 12-7. But Josh Sims, the wraparound goal, he's dumped 13-8 at the end of the third quarter, a 5-goal lead. Powell cuts it to 4, 13-9 with 11 minutes to go. Scott Hockstead of Maryland, 13-10. 10 minutes to go in a 3-goal lead. On the extra man, they bring in the Z-Man. Zilberti in front to Peter Hillgartner, 13-11. 5 minutes to go in this game, and it's only a 2-goal margin. Scott Hockstead then continues to find the back of the net, 13-12 with 4 minutes to go. The assist from Casey Powell. And then as the game was winding down, a minute left, Trevor Tierney makes the save. Under Armour could not find any offense in the last minute. Lax World wins their second consecutive championship. Congratulations to them. Under Armour with a valiant comeback. Great game from Casey Powell, Kip Folks, Tim Gettleman, Josh Sims, and J. Gelbert. But Lax World, they're victorious.
Our Toyota Player of the Week is going to be number 11 right there for Lax World. From Loyola, it's Tim Gettleman there in the green helmet. He had 2 goals in the semis, 2 goals in the championship game, and an assist. He helped Lax World win the Men's Elite Division Championship again. Tim Gettleman, our Toyota Player of the Week.
Thanks for joining us for the Vail Lacrosse Shootout. Great competition again this year. We'll see you again for next year's great exhibition of the best in lacrosse right here from Vail.
The Vail Lacrosse Shootout is sponsored in part by Toyota, a new era of great new values at your Toyota dealer, making it happen every day. Street & Smith's College Lacrosse USA, the definitive source. De Beer Lacrosse, innovation breeds champions. By Lax World, the lacrosse superstore. The Great Atlantic Lacrosse Company. Call today for a free catalog. By Warrior, the means to dominate. Bud Light, remember to make it a